it's extremely sad when people think being wicked is right till it's their turn. They're thinking they're doing a favor to what God, to the environment, to the community, to others. Pouring out evil works, but not accountable for it. Getting brainwashed from illusions and from greed and desires from control. But Satan is using everyone that believes greed is the answer to problems. Being evil is the answer to problems. It's not. It gets you so far. It gets you so far in life. It breaks at your soul, and you feel it, and you still continue on being evil. It starts to affect your mind, and still take the lick. Continue on being evil, not promoting this, but this is what the human mankind's flesh is used to. It's used to being evil and not be accountable for their own works, and thinking they don't have to be accountable for it. These are souls who don't believe in Most High. But when Most High reveals himself, and I can even say at a time, I was respecting my faith and my love for Most High. So I could put myself right then within that bench. It's uncomfortable experiencing his wrath. It's uncomfortable getting disciplined. It says in the Bible, he disciplined those he loved. He loved all of us. But he'll let us taste what we put out there, our own works. How we treat people. The quality of how we treat people. And the quality of how we treat ourselves. We overlook that the things we entertain in is draining. It takes away our joy. Operate from so much pride. Most High usually brings some type of warning, and it comes in humility. My question is to a lot of people who idolize greed and control and have no accountability and respect no one else's accountability. Would you like your own works to come back to you from your pride and your desire for greed and control, those evil works? Would you like that to come back to you? Not wishing it on you. Wishing that on evil people who be evil, eventually I will become one of those people, is pointless. People could be so driven by greed and control and the desires of the flesh, they forgot about the real work. This is how Satan brainwashed the mind. And then want us to operate out of ego and say we deserve to be treated from the standard of our ego. But that's not who we are. That's a mask. It's a real question I have. I'm not operating out of fear. I'm just wondering, are these people prepared for healing? Are they prepared for their real work? And when they perform, they act out of their ego and do all these evil things. When they lie, when they steal, when they do all these things, I'm sitting back. I'm not attached to these things. But I can't help but see how broken they are. It's not to pick at the scar of their brokenness and to shame them, but you're deteriorating yourself, operating out of evil works. You don't see how the enemy is causing brokenness more into the soul from evil works. We don't see how broken we are when we're doing things of the flesh. We don't see it. I'm so glad I'm choosing to constantly heal no matter what people do or say. It doesn't matter. I don't entertain the 3D realm. I don't have idols. I don't want to people please. I'm not broken by what people say or think. That don't move me at all. Not impressed, not broken, not scattered minded, not insecure, not operating out of fear. No. One, I purge from my own brokenness that I went through. Two, I don't idolize the desire for money and making an idol. Three, I really respect Most High and His law. which should really be first, which it is in actuality. I mean, I just can't help but see it, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see things, but I see it. You know, we have moments where you stay broken and heal, reflect on how much we need to heal and purge from those things and regroup and reflect some more and accept on healing where we should be. I'd rather burn in hell before I get in anyone's way of them healing. Because I know better and I would experience all kind of wrath from Most High. When one experiences the wrath from Most High, He makes an example out of you. He makes an example out of it. I can't talk about what other people have experienced. I'm not talking about what I wish for them. I'm talking about my own experiences. And it's so sad for people to not believe in Most High. In their wickedness, they can't acknowledge His law. They can't even acknowledge their conscience. They got to block it out. You know, the conscience is actually to protect oneself. And a good bit of times, that's what God uses to remind us. It's like a safeguard. We don't see how wickedness affects our life. It drains our joy. It affects the mind. It affects the heart. It affects our character. It affects us from receiving honor from Most High. It does a lot of things, and it takes time to purge from. Oh. It takes real time to purge from. Because usually it's not just one thing for greed and wickedness. It's multiple things of wickedness that God is a judging. And that's what brings His wrath. Do we want our children to experience the things we do? We do to others? Do we want other souls who may not even come to this world deal with karma from our own works and actions and choices? Being wicked, it carries a foulness even in the atmosphere, and it puts a bad cloud over your head. It puts bad judgment over the thinking. You're thinking, you could easily think, oh, I'm going to be wicked and do this and do that. You entertaining foul spirits. When I was living wrong, and I was living foul, I was entertaining foul spirits. And if I would really observe things, after a while, one foul spirit wasn't enough. Having one addiction wasn't enough. Doing one wicked thing wasn't enough. It was more things Satan was inviting in. Satan is not comfortable with you just doing one sin. He wants you to do more. Once you start doing one, he opens a doorway where he wants you to do more wicked things to brainwash you. He's aimed for control, dominion. So when you're healing, you're not just healing from your own actions. You got to heal from having a corrupted mind and putting all those things before righteous ways and before God. And you have to remember who you are, how God views you, how precious he views you. Because the longer you sit on it, the longer it manipulates and breaks the soul. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter where they're from. It don't matter if they have title, status, money. Satan uses anybody. It brings destruction to their character and their soul, their mind, their heart. How much wicked deeds individuals wouldn't want no one to do to them, but they do to others for control, for power, from greed, from judgment. If it's judgment that's right, then you should be accountable for your own well-being. Don't let wickedness take your joy and make you lose a sober mind, a healthy heart, a right spirit. If you're putting out judgment against someone, make them be accountable with your accountability and with your character and your works. But if you being wicked to show others are wicked, and to these same individuals, it sounds like I'm lecturing. It sounds like I'm talking out of the side of my neck. It sounds like I'm mentally disturbed, or they want to label me as schizophrenia. But look at what I've been through and what it took to heal. From multiple things. It wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just a couple things. It was over 10 things in multiple areas it took me to heal. And I had to sit down. Most High made me sit down and recognize, no, it's just not just the sin. It's the strongholds. It's the familiar spirits. It's the dark influences. It's you surrendering over to it. It's you forgetting about your first love and the respect of your own self. It brought on shame, but a lot of purge involved. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I took the time to heal. It's a lot of work healing in any area of your life, because your soul is worth it. Your soul is worth it. Who you are is worth it. It's worth the healing. It's worth the forgiveness. If we examine what things taking place and how much destruction fireworks bring to one life, and those who heal from it, what are they saying? What are they showing you? Who are they focused on? Observe. You're going to observe things. Observe how much destruction is at the soul, at the mind, at the heart of a human being who disconnected from their first love. They don't know how to love self. That's what I had to heal from. So we're not loving Most High and self. I settle for lust. You settle for greed. You settle for depression. You settle for things. And everyone that settle for things, they wear a mask. but overlooking how empty it is on the inside. It's not bringing real fulfillment. Love for Most High, He shows off His love for you. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you've been. If you love Most High and you put Him first, He shows off His love for you, and He anoints you as well. He protects you. There's so much blessings and healing that He has for all His people, but they forgot their first love. And entertaining greed, evil works. A lot of these works is attached to the deadly 7 sins Most High don't win. He strongly disapproves. You can feel the brokenness if someone lies or manipulates you. If you get your eyes off the physical realm, you can feel that. And also intuition, the Holy Spirit will reveal ones who are deceitful. It's really heartbreaking when there are people in positions of power who on purpose want to cause chaos, trauma, all kind of unnatural problems, chaos, all kind of madness to make one forget their first love. But they have already turned their back on their first love themselves. It's why they're so miserable with all the power and money that they have. It's no accountability for their own actions. It's no learning experience from humility, from prideful works. They have the illusion that they're getting away with murder. No, they wear the things. It begins to wear on them. Many aspects of their life. Karma doesn't just go after them, it goes after their bloodline as well. Because of the choices and how you treat people. You have this princess or egotistic attitude. I can't be accountable for my works, but I could sure enough ditch it out to others. I don't need to heal, but I could promote others to heal because I have power. And who would check me? Most High would check you. That same thing that you use for power will bring a curse to your life. It wasn't the same as when you first accepted the position versus after a while sitting in it. I remember certain jobs I would pick. They would ask me, do I want to work overtime? And I thought working overtime was good till after a while I seen the job duties and how much time I'm spending at the job and getting less sleep. I didn't see how much it was pulling me away from real groundedness, being peaceful, respecting higher conscious. I mean, I was working like almost to 16 hours a day. That's harsh. It's 24 hours in a day. So, night, not really getting no sleep. And I seen in the work environment how a lot of people was getting overtime, but they didn't get rest. And it was peaceful going in, accepting it, thinking one win the jackpot. But seeing how much it affects one's character, one's heart, one's mental space. And the environment is wicked, so it starts to wear on you. Make you lose your morals and values, your self-respect, your respect for others. And make you forget about your first love. You can be broken too. You just don't have no one speaking on it. And you have very clever ways of hiding it, but it shows. It shows. Every time you do things that are not lined up with righteousness, it shows. It's not a secret. It shows how lost you are with the power that you have, and you still not satisfied, and how much Satan has brought destruction that created you to be lost, even with your titles and position of power. You're bringing a lot of people to hell with you, man. I'm talking to the higher ups. But aren't we all God's people? Aren't we all deserving of healing? Aren't we all deserve of detaching and having accountability for ourselves? Because I can't help but look, while the same enemies who projecting fear, who projecting chaos, who with all this mess, I can't help but see how broken they are. It's a red flag. And I don't want to see it. I see the domino effects who brainwashed them to participate in wickedness. I can see the influences. It's a sickening. This is dangerous. To not care about others' well-being and not supporting them being accountable. That's not even about being religious right there. It's about character. It's about accountability. It's about growth. It's about works that feed the soul, that promotes the soul to evolve, with recognizing how much God invested in us, in our true identity. And respecting others' free will. With the names people have named me by, slandered me from, of all people, I shouldn't be talking about accountability and respecting other people's free will. Let's get real. But healing is a part of that. It's with that. How could you be proud and mighty with a title but have no accountability and growth in character, with wisdom, maturity? How can you let your character not encourage and enrich your title, but it brings defile and shame to your character and your title? We all going to hell if we don't get right with God, yo. All of us. Why go to hell and experience chaos, all kind of things on this earth? It's not worth it. I'm not worth it. You're not worth it. This is not worth it. Greed is not worth it. Arguing, disagreements, hate, jealousy, control, belittling, harassment, all these things, it's not worth it. You're doing the right thing for your position, but it's bringing corruption to your soul and your environment. The more wicked you become, the more you participate on it. I know you experience these things because it shows. You don't see it. You haven't awakened to that. You only bound by what you can see, feel, experience, what you want control over, how you want others to perform. These desires that's not even godly. It's not normal. It's not healthy. It's taken from you. And it wears on you. Now, in the midst of all these lies and chaos and drama and slander and all these things, you forget. You forget that one can expose it and heal from it, and also evolve from it. It's foolishness at this point to keep on picking at something so old, so weak, so carnal minded, and you don't even see how much it's draining you. You don't see how much it's bringing destruction in your own. Either you see it and you're ignoring it, getting high, getting bait, not bait, but getting fried, should I say? or you just don't care. But the moment one exposes what you do, you want one to care. Why? How? When? From what? I don't have no attachment to no one. I have no reason to care just as much as they participate in lying. But there's already someone who's revealing things that it's not right, and that's the Spirit of God. It becomes awkward when you do things in secret and thinking your deception works, and then to have a hell of a awakening moment, you're waking up a prophet. And things that's done in the secret is being put out in the open. Just like your deception is not secret, your brokenness is not secret either. The demons you entertain is not secret either. I'm not saying it's from judgment. I'm saying this because it's real. Why won't you remember your first love? How much judgment you have coming for promoting others to participate in your wicked deeds, but draining their soul and attaching a deadly karma to them in many areas of their life. It's a lot of warnings against that in the Bible. That's one of the deadly sins God hates. It's not about people don't like me. I don't care about that. It's about God's love for us and for us to respect one another because God loves us. So when exposure comes from deception and corruption and evil works, that's not karma. It's bringing in correction, correct alignment, wisdom, accountability, healing that's attached to a lot of people and to ones who are affected from wickedness and evil works. We all need healing. It doesn't matter if man rejects another. If you reject powerful people in positions of power that reject others, that doesn't matter when you're not respecting your first love. You are an example what not to be like. You work for Satan. With your works, your character, overabusing power. Want to script others from freedom of speech and having confidence, finding joy, healing, being accountable for themselves, and loving Most High, keeping their focus on Most High. Ugh. I don't wish you to have wrath from affecting one to heal. I don't wish that on you, but I'm seeing it. I can't help but see it. And I don't want to. It's in your character. It's in your aura. It's in how you look at me. How you treat me. How you do use things to create brokenness and think that move one that's not even bound to the flesh. That don't move me. I had to remember who I am. And in the midst of that, I had to remember a lot of who God's people are, even if they're wicked. Sad we're putting all these things before God that can't even fulfill the soul and blocking others from healing. It's sad. We as people, we should be ashamed of ourselves. Something that's man-made before our first love and before loving self. We should be ashamed of ourselves. You, one in positions of power, you should be ashamed of yourself. Not to live in shame and regret, but to reflect and do better and show others how to do better. Leading from example, not from projections of negativity of trying to be a puppet. You know how much wrath gonna come for you for treating people like puppets and to think you don't deserve judgment? But just about everyone who's not activating and growing in their purpose, they're supporting mine. They don't even see that. But I support yours. I support from the poorest to the wealthiest purpose. It's about your soul, not about your title. Heck yeah, I support anyone's purpose. If they're healing, if they want to keep God first, if they love Most High. It's sad where we're going. It's sad. It's sad. I'm letting you know. It's sad. All for control, all for greed, all for power, all for authority. But God judges your character just as much as your authority, just as much as you forgetting Him, not honoring Him, how you treat His people, how you abuse positions, things, people. There's a lot of judgment. It's a lot of judgment and pressure. I can only imagine that you feel from trying to play God over so many people's lives. Not just mine, but the people you use as well. We all need healing. We all need God's love. Because these man-made items is man-made, but it's not fulfilling the soul. And it's not bringing real happiness and peace and joy. It's not supporting accountability and character. It's man-made. The destruction that you create, the power that you rule from, the desire for greed, even the position and the thoughts of one is so mighty that one needs to fear and be humbled from. There's judgment for that. Because a lot of that fear, I have to respect Most High with that. He says He's a jealous God. I'm sorry, my cough in the background. But it's something about ones who work in the justice system, who respect Most High and respect everybody. I got nothing but love for them, and I could see them in the spirit realm a mile away, almost 3 miles away. They light shine bright like a freaking headlight, and one in darkness. I can see them, and I want to say shout out to you. I want to say thank you for being who you are. I want to say thank you for shining your light. Even in a system that's corrupted. Thank you. Even if you don't say much, but you show your works, thank you. You support others' rights and treating people as humans and not as puppets. And not try to play God over their life. I greatly appreciate that. My soul appreciates that with my faith in Most High. I really do. Because I believe wickedness, participating, how much healing it took me to heal from things, how much time and healing it took to heal and recover and evolve from things. It's like God took the veil off. He ripped it off. And I see what wickedness could do to anyone's soul. And I see what it did to mine. So I wish a lot of people heal. From the mask that they wear, from the ego they operate from the greed that they love, attached to. I wish they'd heal from not even loving themselves properly, how much God loves them. They've forgotten and overlooked and rejected. I wish they healed their relation with Most High. Because healing your relation with Most High, you remember that you worked the healing. You're worth it. No matter where you're from, no matter what you've done, you're worth the healing. But to get in others' way of that, it's different kind of judgment and wrath.